You can look in that mirror and realize, maybe this skin isn't what I wanted, but it's who I am. Ugly. 20 years ago, if you asked me to describe myself, ugly would have been my answer. I might have used insecure, shy, even worthless too. I was called Scaly Bailey, and I was bullied by exclusion, always on the outside looking in. I am a motivational speaker, and the funny thing is, if you would have told me probably even 3 years ago that I was going to do that, I would have laughed. I've realized I have a story to tell. When I was born, they immediately knew something was different with me because my skin was very red. They figured out that I had lamellar ichthyosis, which is a rare genetic skin condition that basically my skin sheds old skin cells off too slow and causes the buildup of dry, scaly, flaky skin. And there's no cure for it. I remember when I got to kindergarten that parents actually called the principal and wanted their kids taken out of my class, and people wouldn't touch things I touched. I just didn't fit in anywhere. I almost felt like I had to wear a mask to cover up who I really was. Even to this day is constant stares, rude comments, like, did your mother ever teach you about using sunscreen? As I grew up, I got more shy and insecure, and I feel like this picture really captures that and how I would hide behind my mom.
If we go somewhere and I see someone staring, I automatically just want to jump in front of her and somehow protect her from those rude stares. And I will say for a while I got really nasty, and there was times when people would stare and I would get, even if it was a child, I would get right down on their level and stare right back, and so they would see what it would feel like. I came to realize that part of her insecurity was me and my reaction to these rude people. And so we decided to change our MO, and when people stared, we would smile and wave.
The biggest complication is I cannot sweat. So I have to take a lot of precautions in the summertime when it's hot and humid. Even something as simple as a fever is life-threatening. If I do have a fever, I have to be covered in ice, basically, to get my body temperature down as fast as possible. For me in particular, I guess the skin maintenance has just become such an everyday part of my life. It's probably takes me about half an hour, 45 minutes in the morning. It's not as easy as it once was. Before I go to bed, I put eye ointment in my eyes because my skin is actually so tight around my eyes that it causes my eyelids to turn inside out, and that's what the red around my eyes is. So I have to do that just to keep my eyes from getting ulcers. Media industry sometimes portrays that you have to be a certain size or look a certain way or have flawless skin. And it came from the performing arts, especially dance, a place where I could really be myself and express who I am, and people didn't see my skin. Instead, they saw Bailey the dancer. A couple times a week, I actually teach dance. Lunge, lunge, then we're not doing the floor. We're coming to here, hand on heart, we're in plie. We contract on the word love and step back and let yourself kind of come up. So finish in B+, and our hands in here.
I've known Bailey for a while now, and I met her through dance. I love taking class from her. You know, she is so inspirational. You come into class, and no matter what kind of day you're having, she automatically just brightens up the room.
Yeah. Okay, so to where will you go, child? I do have confidence in myself now. It came over the course of many years. It wasn't an overnight transition. Walk. Let's just make a little circle around ourselves and finish back to here. Back in 2014, I actually decided to compete in a beauty pageant. It's something I've always wanted to do. But I always felt that I had no place in that world because I wasn't the typical beauty pageant. So I took on the challenge. I had no clue what to expect at nationals because that was only my second pageant ever. And I finished first runner-up. These ones are from my various experiences at the pageant. One of them is actually Miss Congeniality. I won that at my second nationals.
I didn't know how the pageant world would accept it, but I have raised her to be confident because I wanted her to know that she was special and unique. In the end, it turned out that she actually taught them what the true meaning of beauty really is. When I look back on the little girl that used to hide behind me everywhere we went, to see someone who wants to share her story with the world because she believes she can make an impact, how can you not be proud of that?
If a doctor would call me up right now and say, Bailey, great news, we finally have a cure for ichthyosis. We want you front of the line to take it. Would you want to? I honestly would say no. And that probably would surprise a lot of people. But my skin by no means defines who I am. It's helped make me who I am. It's shaped me. I feel I am a much more compassionate person because of it.